It's a new month, and with that comes new beginnings for these rookies in the PPL. Now, we are now joined by Chery Tiggo, Joey Cagande, Cesc Robles, Aimee Hernandez, and El Laure, all looking very fly in their Chery Tiggo tops. And thank you very much for joining us here today. I know that it has been a whirlwind past few weeks for you girls, considering, of course, yung decision nyo to join Chery. And before we move on to yung pro lives ninyo, I want to talk about yung college lives ninyo and the lives that you left behind, kumbaga. Joey, you came into this. I remember just researching and talking about trying to figure out yung decision-making process mo to get here. At sinabi mo that you're mentally ready to move on. How much mental strength did it take to actually move on from the UAAP?
Ako po kasi coming from injury. Since parang isang taon lang ako nagdaro sa UAAP. And parang yung recovery ko is about 3 years. So, for me, just observing the team, leaving the NU, I think, ready na sila.
Yeah.
And for me, it's time for me to move up. Kasi I've been in NU for how many years? 12 years. So,
12 years in NU. So, grabe, life-changing talaga yung decision na yun. You're laughing, and I'm sure you understand why. Kasi buong high school life ninyo, you were actually going up against each other. How does it feel to be living yung sitwasyon na gano'n na, okay, we're gonna stop going against each other and finally teaming up to this new chapter. Pero how does it feel leaving that part of your life?
Syempre siguro, ang tagal din na talaga namin nagkalaban sa high school. So ngayon na magkasama kami sa pro, syempre masarap sa feeling kasi yung tipong hindi ko na kailangan siyang kalabanin kasi kasama ko na siya on the same side of the court. So masaya, magaan sa feeling.
Parang kami dapat magsabi nun.
Ay, ganun ba?
No, but I'll let you talk about it din naman. Kasi I'm sure iba yung emotions that go through your that go through your mind and your heart, especially when you decide to move on from something so familiar with like NU and of course UST. How did you go through it personally?
Ako naman, parang yun nga, matagal na din kami sa NU. So, si Ian, nakalaban ko pa siya nung high school. Parang ngayon, ang sarap lang sa feeling na magiging teammate na namin siya ulit. Magiging teammate ko siya. And hindi ko na kailangan pa mag-isip kung paano siya babantayan. And yun, parang ready na din talaga ako na mag-move on talaga.
Of course, grabe, we're all about talking about moving on here, no? Pero I mean, you take a look at yung sitwasyon yung lahat. How much easier was it knowing that may kasama ka sa process na to? People that you actually know, people that you actually were with, going through yung entire high school and college lives ninyo, however long that might have been. Gaano ka-importante yun para sa'yo?
Siyempre, first of all po, though magkakalaban po kami, friends naman po kami outside. So, hindi naman po siya naging mahirap sa amin na nung first time namin magkita sa Chery sa training. Uy, nandito ka na, ganyan. Parang excited kami lahat. And yun nga po, excited kami lahat na matuto magkakasama. Tapos,
yeah. And Joy, we talk about yung leaving and being able to look back at yung career ninyo, especially in the college ranks. When you look back at yung career mo, how do you feel about it? How do you see it? How do you picture it?
bago po talaga kami mag-college, yung target namin, kami as a team, is to make championship sa history po sa NU kasi 65 years before nila nakamit. And nung nakamit namin yun, parang for me, it's a very fulfilling na may naiwan kami bago kami umalis sa NU.
Grabe, the level of NU really jumped leaps and bounds, especially sa batch ninyo. How do you feel knowing that yan yung legacy ninyo?
Hindi lang naman sa batch namin, kundi sa batch din ni Bella. So, ang sarap lang sa pakiramdam na before kami umalis is may naiwan kami ni Joey and Jen na maganda sa mga bata. So, yun. Maganda naman yung exit namin.
Yeah. And of course, the two UST girls are now talking. So, what?
Sabi ko, ano nga ba yung ano natin dito?
Like, actually, iba yung tanong ka sana eh. No, but no. But when you talk about UST and of course leaving, grabe yung community ng UST. UST honestly have the most, I guess, the grabing suporta nila eh. Like yung Go Uste nga lang, as a Lasallian, I'm scared of it, okay? Pero when you take a look at the community that you're leaving, how was yung support nila knowing that, okay, you're gonna leave UST? but then they still want you to succeed as much as you can dito sa Chery?
Syempre po, sabi ko nga kay Amy, yung binubulong natin guys, kung sila champion, sa atin yung Sea of Yellow. Yung Sea of Yellow, yun yung medal natin. Na, kumbaga, sana, kahit wala na kami ni Amy or syempre, sa mga susunod na generation, sana yung Sea of Yellow mag-show up pa din kahit anong mangyari. And I know mag-show up sila. And ayun naman, living sa UST, naniniwala ako sa mga bata na parang dating sa mga next generations talaga na kung ano man yung nasimulan na maipakita namin, kung paano namin ipaglaban yung school, yung UST, I know na alam nila at maipapakita nila yon sa mga susunod na UAAP seasons.
Absolutely. And of course, I remember season 84, a bit of injury trouble, but you left on a high in season 85, able to, I think you tallied the most amount of points para isang middle blocker since Jaja Santiago back in season 80. How important was that, the fact that, okay, you left on a high individually, performance-wise, and left it all out para sa UST?
Siyempre po nung season 84, unexpected nga po na injure first game. So parang going to season 85, yung mindset ko po talaga is bumawi. And mapakita kung ano man po yung pinaghihirapan namin as a team and kung ano yung mako-contribute ko and maitutulong ko sa team. So parang, yun po,
yeah, it was a good way to leave it all out there, diba? Pero ladies, first of all, thank you very much for sharing about your past. But we're now going to talk about your future. And that's going to come after the break.